Hello, welcome to our channel once again, and my name is Doreen Ha.
My name is Maranatha
and together we are the
Agyei Sisters. So today we're gonna make some buffalo.
In Ghana we call it Bofrot.
Yeah, so you could use it for dessert, you could use it with your cocoa, you could use it for breakfast. It's just like
delicious. Okay.
It's very nice, tasty and all that. You're gonna see it's a simple process you could also do while you're home. Oh, stay tuned. So with the ingredients: salt, nutmeg, sugar, and the sugar was really a lot because the people who were gonna taste it, they have a sweet tooth, so I made the sugar a lot. You can make it less with yours. Flour. Okay, so the first step is warm water, and then you take two spoons of yeast and you mix it in the warm water. Yes, and then you add 2 spoons of sugar. You mix it up. Then you make sure you get that consistency, like you make sure everything is well mixed up very well. So you see how I was scraping it on the edges of the cup like that to make sure that I got all the yeast dissolved in the sugar too. So you stir it for a while to make sure everything is well mixed up. And then once you're done mixing it up, you have to cover it up and set it on the side for like 5 to 10 minutes. Cover it for 10 minutes. You set it on the side. Then when you're done, you pour your flour in a bowl. So you see this is 2 cups of flour. I'm using all of them.
About how many grams? How many pounds?
This is 2 cups of flour.
There you go.
Then you add a pinch of salt to it. So it's like just like a little bit of salt. And then you add spoon of nutmeg, 1 spoon of nutmeg. It's all up to you, and if you want a lot of nutmeg, fine. If you don't want a lot, you could use half. Then you add the sugar. So this is, like I said earlier, this is a lot of sugar because the people who are going to do the tasting have a sweet tooth, so I needed to make the Bofrots really sweet for them. So this was 1 cup of sugar. Normally if I was doing it for myself, I'll use half a cup. So when you mix it and you set it on the side, and then by now my yeast is ready because I've set the yeast aside for 5 to 10 minutes by now. So you see me pouring the yeast on the flour at this point, and then I'll mix it up. Remember, for you to know that the yeast is ready, the yeast would have risen and there will be some foamy stuff. I couldn't capture that one, but you see there will be some foamy stuff on the yeast, on top of the yeast. So you mix it up. You continue to mix it up, and then you add another. In this case, I added 1 cup of water. This is like half a cup of water. So you do it as you want. Okay, so you don't mix all the water at once. So you see what I'm doing in the video. You mix the water and you get that kind of consistency you want. If you want the inside of the Bofrot to be soft, you make sure you have a little bit of water in it. And if you want it to be like hard, then the water should be small. If you want a lot of moist, then you add more water to it. So you see the consistency. This is the consistency you want to get that perfect Bofrot. So this is what you wanna see. When you finish, you set it on the side. I covered it with a foil, and then I set it on the side. And then you can do it for an hour. Some people do it for 2 hours. Some people 5 hours. Some people even set it aside for another day. Like they do it for the night before, and then the following day, that's when they fry it. But in this case, I set mine aside for just 1 hour. Doreen is so extra, I know. So now it's been an hour now, and then you come back. You see, we couldn't capture this well. You will see there has these little holes on top of it. So now you have to just drive it one more time with your hand to get all the holes away, and then make sure everything is smooth again. So you see what I'm doing right now? Yes. Now this is the consistency you want to see. And then at this point too, the flour rises a little bit because of the yeast in it. And then I put my oil on the stove for 5 minutes, and this is a deep fryer. So you see how there's a technique you have to use in frying this. You put the dough in your palm like that, and then in between your first and second finger, yes, you dip it in right there, just like that. And then it rises real quick. Like once you put it in the fire, it rises. So you see what the first one is doing, exactly like that. So you do it like that for all the others. Yes. Then you use it, if you have a wooden ladle, that's perfect. You see what I'm doing? So sometimes you could spread it a little bit, and then you could add more Bofrot to it if you're not comfortable with that. However comfortable you are, that's all up to you. Yes, and then it doesn't take too long for it to finish frying. This is like after a minute, and then you have to keep turning it to make sure all the sides is well cooked. Until you get that brownish consistency you're looking at for. So now you see what is happening here right now. Now this is how we want our Bofrot to look. Now if you want it extra crunchy, you could leave it on the fire for like 30 more seconds or 1 more minute, which is what I did in this case. And now this is our perfect Bofrot. You see how crunchy it looks? So they're gonna eat it, and then this is buffalo, but in Ghana most people call it Bofrot. And then we have it with breakfast sometimes. Sometimes it could also be just a snack.
Oh, okay.
So like now we eating it as a snack. But like in Ghana it's like a cereal delicacy in the morning, so people eat it with porridge.
Bofrot.
Yes, Bofrot. But it's actually buffalo. That's the English word, buffalo.
Buffalo.
But Ghana everybody say Bofrot, Bofrot. Like if you go to the street and say buffalo, they'll be like, what are you talking about?
Oh, you eat it with your hands.
Yeah, you eat it with your hands.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I like a crunch. Oh.
Oh, yeah. You can-
Oh, a donut.
Good.
Hot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Good. Good.